welcome back to my channel. I'm the Unobtrusive Healer, aka Felicia, and I'm really excited to be back with another reading for you guys today. So we're going to be looking into your next relationship. We're going to be getting a lot of detail in about the person and about the connection. There's going to be an extended today as well, but in this section we're going to be looking firstly at your current energy to just confirm that that's where you're at and you've got the right pile. We're also going to look at your future relationship or your future person's current energy. We're going to look at if you know this person already. We're going to find out what your energy or circumstances are when you connect, and also your person's energy and circumstances. We're going to find out what brings you together or how you begin connecting. And we're going to finish off this part of the reading with the identifiable traits of this person. So zodiac signs, initials, looks, characteristics, and things like that. We're going to be getting all of that in. And then in the extended, we're also going to be looking at how you can welcome it in. So maybe like how you can either bring it in sooner or how you can kind of improve the situation or welcome the connection into your life. We're going to look at the things that may delay or prolong it from coming in. We're going to ask the divine what the divine would like you to know about this person. We're going to be looking at the most likely outcome or the most likely future of the connection. And we're also going to get the signs that Spirit will send you in your life when it's close or when something's about to happen. So any particular signs that you might be seeing in your reality, we're going to have a look at that. And we're going to finish off with a channeled song for the connection. So we're going to go to the, I can't remember what it was called now, but when I open up Spotify, I'll have a look. And I have found that love song playlist that I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. But it's going to give you guys a song in the extended as well that's going to be like a representation of the connection. So heaps to get through. I'm sure that part 1 and part 2, or the extended I should say, I'm sure both of them will be quite long. So nevertheless, let's get into it. So we have the 3 piles that you can choose from today. We have group 1 here. We have group 2 here in the middle. And we have group 3 over here on the right. So if you need to pause the video, feel free to do so to feel which image is calling you in. And we're going to look all into your next relationship. If you're resonating with the sound in the background, it's a miracle healing frequency. I'll link it in the description box below. It's from Meditation and Healing, just on YouTube. And it's just the one that I was drawn to for the reading today. But yeah, if you're liking it, it'll be linked below. But take your time to pick your pile and I'll see you over in your reading. Hi group 1, hope you're doing well. It's lovely to be here with you. If you've chosen group 1, you've been drawn to this card here. And we're going to flip this over and it might tell us a little something about your future relationship or your next relationship. So you guys have the soulmate card. So this says your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. So you're already connecting with your next relationship on a different plane. So like in a different realm essentially. So maybe you're connecting in your dreams, or your higher selves are already connecting with you. You know, your spiritual selves I should say are connecting in a different realm. And the more that you believe this, the quicker it's going to manifest into your life. So I do want to point out, sometimes there's a bit of a stigma attached to soulmate, and people can just quickly assume that means it's like your forever person, or it's, you know, the person that you're going to be with for the rest of your life. But soulmates don't necessarily come with that guarantee. A soulmate is anyone that has a purpose in your life at some point. They can be very temporary people. They can even be enemies. Soulmates come to teach us a lesson or for some sort of purpose that contributes to our growth or our evolution. You know, sometimes it's to teach us a lesson. Sometimes it's to heal a certain part of ourselves, and then when that part of us is healed, then it's time to transition onto something different. But either way, this does represent that this is someone that you are destined to connect with, either temporarily or forever. We'll try to find out. And there's this message of believing the fact that you're already connecting in some level is going to help manifest it into reality. All right, so we'll pop your card over here in the corner. And the first thing that we're going to be starting with is your current energy, as well as the current energy of your person. So when we're looking at your current energy, that should help us kind of confirm that this is your pile, because it'll kind of give you confirmation of where you're currently at energetically. Group 1. What is Group 1's current energy? What is Group 1's current energy, please? Okay, so we're only going to get one, so we're going to get the top one. Okay, so you guys have number 11 coming out first, which is in perfect harmony. So that card definitely kind of tells me that at the moment you're feeling quite balanced. Things are kind of falling into place quite effortlessly. This card kind of tells me that you're in a certain alignment that's really harmonizing with the universe. So, you know, your frequency is high. Things are kind of falling into place quite effortlessly because of this alignment and this high frequency. And it feels like I'm getting the message that it's almost like your soul is kind of calling out for this person. It's like singing a very unique song, and it's emitting a very unique vibration that's kind of calling this in almost. And number 11 is like a mirroring number. So this could be like a very equal, harmonious person that's coming as well. But this is just definitely representing the fact that at the moment, all is quite well in your world, and you're definitely in harmony with a higher consciousness. I definitely think that the song for you guys that we're going to be getting in the extended is going to be quite important, or quite a big piece of information, or it's going to be like a very telling song that we get for you guys with all of that music in that card. But yeah, anyway, let's get the energy of your person at present. So what's the energy of the person that group 1 will be in a relationship with next? What's their current energy? I'm also getting for you guys as the viewer, I think this is a trombone, or yeah, it's a trombone, right? Or is it a horn? Whatever this instrument is, they have a very bold kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a very bold sound. Like you would be able to pick it in an orchestra. Like you'd definitely be able to pick that sound. It's very bold. It's very, it like demands your attention when this instrument makes a sound, right? So you can probably pick it in almost any song, in any orchestra. It will grab your attention. So I almost feel like that's representing you being quite confident yourself. So you're in quite a confident, bold energy, and potentially you could even be getting a lot of attention from others at the moment. And I feel like it's more your energy is what's kind of attracting that attention. Group 2's current energy, Group 1's person's current energy, please. Group 1's future relationships. Current energy. Group 1's next relationship. Oh my God, 11 and then 22. Very interesting. So their energy is tender embrace. So I don't think it's a coincidence that you both have mirroring numbers. I feel like your energies are really mirroring each other at the moment, and this person is also potentially like calling this in. So whether you guys actually consciously realize that you're calling it in or not, I feel like your spirits or your souls are calling each other in on that higher plane. Just like this card said that you guys are already connecting in spirit, this is almost like a representation of your higher selves kind of connecting with each other in a different realm, yet calling out to each other in spirit. I'm also feeling like they could be in an energy where they're learning to embrace themselves on a deeper level. So I feel like perhaps they've been addressing maybe the more negative aspects of self. That's in their words, like, I don't really like to say negative aspects of self, but, like the sides of ourselves or the qualities of ourselves that we desire a little bit less. The parts of ourselves that we're not quite proud of. I feel like this person's learning to accept and embrace their full self and kind of come back to center where they can bring both of those sides into a healthy balance. I noticed in your cards that both of them have a lot of little glowing stars in the backgrounds. And I feel like this is almost a representation of the stars aligning, especially because you've got 11, 22, you've got imperfect harmony and tender embrace. It's like just this real harmonious joining, matching energy. I can't really describe it in any other way than that. It's just like it's really connected, even if you're not together in the reality. It's just very connected. Okay, so do I want to use the same deck, or maybe I'll go to a different one? We're going to ask now, so first we're going to go into your energy / circumstances when your connection starts to kick off. So when you guys first start connecting, we're going to ask for your energy / circumstances and your person's as well. And then we're going to ask straight up if you already know them or not, because I know that a lot of people come into readings like this wondering about a previous person or someone that they're a little bit confused about. And others come through looking for new love or new people. So like with respect to both, I'll try and find out if you already know this person or not. But let's begin with your energy group 1 when you and this person begin connecting. What is group 1's energy when they start connecting with this person? Energy / circumstances. What's group 1's energy / circumstances when they begin connecting with this person? That is so interesting because I literally was seeing this, the heart chakra in my mind, and then it came out. And it also 3 and 8 equals 11. So we have 11 and 11. So this could be coming really soon because we have the same numbers. It could just be to say that you're kind of already in this energy and that this is just around the corner. And then the other thing that I would say is that with the heart chakra, I feel as though you're in an energy where you're completely receptive and open to love. Like there's not one part of you that's closed off or skeptical. It's like you're really open and you have faith. And it almost gives me the energy that you've kind of overcome the experiences in your past and you've been able to leave them behind. Obviously, the lessons that you've taken from those you're bringing with you, but the actual experiences themselves you're leaving behind. And you're just using the wisdom that you gained to trust and have faith in your own self, your own intuition, that you'll know the difference between what's real and what's not. So you're open because you have trust in yourself and your intuition and the universe as well. So this kind of does tell me that you are kind of manifesting or calling this in. You're consciously kind of ready for love, like you would be in an energy where you're like, yeah, you know what, I'm ready to meet my person, or I'm ready to meet someone. You know, you're healed, you're feeling good, you're having trust in yourself and the universe, and yeah, you're very open to love when it comes in. And what about the energy of the person that they're going to be connecting with? What is their energy / circumstances when they begin connecting with group 2? Not group 2, group 1. Okay, so we got 48, the angel of balance. So again, very similar energies. This person's also very balanced. They're very grounded. They've kind of come back to their center. They know themselves. They've got a lot of wisdom. And they're very ready and very stable and very open to love themselves, I feel. I actually feel like I want to get one more for each of you from this deck. Can I get, oopsie daisies? We'll take that one. I was just going to get another card to find out about your energy and circumstances. And then we got another repeating number. So we've got 11, 22 and 33 for you guys. But yeah, so this is definitely like you've opened the door to romance, and I don't feel like you're going out seeking it, but you're kind of like attracting it and welcoming it into your life. That's more what it feels like to me, is like you're opening the door and allowing it in, but you're not actually like actively looking for it, if that makes sense. So I would say you're more of like a yin energy, just sort of like waiting to receive. And can I get one more for group 1's person's energy when they begin connecting, please? One more for group 1's person's energy and circumstances. We have number 6 in reverse, contract. So that kind of tells me that they're in an energy where they've broken out of some sort of karmic contract, whether it's work, another relationship, a family karmic contract. There's some sort of karmic contract that they've just broken out of and they've just regained their stability from. So, I wouldn't say they've just broken out of it. I would say they're now like regaining their stability. They're coming back to center. So they've been spending time, I guess, like regathering themselves after this contract has been broken. Yeah, and then on the bottom we have 32, daughter spirit. So they've like they've awakened and they've evolved beyond the karmic contracts. They're closing the contracts out, or they have closed the contracts out, and they've been really kind of awakening to their spiritual nature and going down a more spiritual path. So they're quite healed and quite balanced themselves too, I would say, when this comes in. All right, so now we're going to find out if you know this person or not. So all I'm going to do for this is I'm going to get my tarot. Where are we? We'll go the Muse, and if it's upright, if the card lands upright, If the card lands upright, it's yes. If the card is in reverse, it's no, you haven't met them. And then if the card is like on its side, it means that some of you do and some of you don't. Obviously, this is a collective reading. We just have to do the best that we can. But if like a large majority is a yes, I expect we'll get a yes. If a large majority is a no, we'll get a no. And then if it's like close to 50-50, we'll get an in-between. All right, so what can you tell us, Spirit? Does group 1 already know this person that they're going to be in a relationship with next, or do they not know them? So we got a yes and we got a no, because we got 2 cards out. So that's definitely telling me that it's kind of like a 50-50 situation going on, or it could be that a large portion of you do and a smaller portion of you do not, and that's why we had to get one of each rather than a side-by-side kind of thing. But if I look at the cards themselves, 4 of Voices and 8 of Inspiration, it's almost like perhaps this is someone that you haven't spoken to for a while. So it could even be that, yes, you do know them, but you haven't been in contact for a while. Yeah, actually, that's kind of more what it feels like. Now that I've said it, it just feels more like that. So I feel like you possibly do know this person, but you haven't been communicating or connecting for a while. So maybe it's not necessarily someone that you see coming, because you can see here that she's got her eyes closed, but all her focus is like up here, and then this person's kind of coming in here, and there's also a person approaching her on the card there too that she's not really seeing coming. So it could be someone that, yes, you do know, but you haven't been speaking to or connecting with for quite some time, and therefore it might not be someone that you're expecting. Okay, so what was next? Where's my list? All right, yep. So now we're going to be looking at what brings you together, or how you begin connecting. So, I think I'll use this deck. So if you do already know this person, it's possible that we might get the story of how you first met, if that's already taken place. But I am going to set the intention to kind of set this to the future, because we're asking about the future relationship. So I kind of want to know how you start connecting in the future. But just take it as it resonates for your situation, because obviously this is a collective. So how does group 1 and this person start connecting? What brings them together in the future? How do they start connecting? Or what brings them together? So we have number 5, wise counselor, belonging, learning, and traditions. Oh, of course I chose a song that has ads all the way through it. Why do people make sleep music that goes all night and put ads in it? I don't understand that. I normally choose the sleep songs so that we don't get interrupted, because they go for like 11 hours. But like, what? I don't see the logic in putting ads in sleep sounds. Like, that's so annoying. I'm just going to wait for it to stop because it's distracting to me. Okay. Wise counselor. The first thing that this makes me think of is like, you know, a force greater you know, than you or myself. Like an unexplainable force brings you together, because the wise counselor can be considered like, you know, like, what's the word I'm looking for? That ad threw me off. It can almost kind of be representative of like a higher power. So it's almost like a higher power kind of brings you together. That's the kind of vibration or the feeling that I'm getting with that to start with. Otherwise, it could be let's just get some more cards and see where else this goes. Because tradition is making me think of, you could be like out celebrating some sort of tradition or some sort of celebration. And maybe like you're both at this event or whatever you're celebrating and you run into each other. We have the Two of Air, indecision, avoidance, and confusion. How does group 1 start connecting with this person? What brings them together? The Wheel. Yeah, literally, it's like fate. Luck, progress, change. The Wheel of Fortune is kind of like the Wheel of Fate. So it's like fate brings you together. I sense that this Two of Air is here because of that message I was getting before, that it may not be someone that you're thinking of or expecting. It's definitely not someone that you see coming, and I feel like because of that reason there's this temporary indecision or confusion where you're like, is this really the right path? So maybe you're thinking about someone else, or you're thinking about someone from your past, or you're in a bit of a situationship, and then as this person kind of enters your life, you're a bit like, hold on, is this really the right person? Like, it's kind of like a little bit like unexpected in some way. But I definitely feel like we have belonging, and then we have the Wheel. Like, this is definitely someone that you belong with, and someone that destiny is bringing into your life. So the way that you bump into each other, again, like that very first message that I got, it's like there's a higher power involved, that it's not you or this person actively seeking the other person out. It's just like fate brings you together and just pops you on their path, or pops them on your path. There's a very fated element to it. It almost seems just like this lucky break. Okay, so we have the Knight of Water coming out on the top there. I won't take the rest, but I'll just note what they are. We have the Magician and we have Justice. Okay, so I feel like maybe I do need to kind of take those. Because I can see the messages are kind of like already coming through. Yeah, so it feels like this person kind of just gets popped on your path. And it's not someone you're expecting, which is why there's some hesitancy or some uncertainty. But I do feel like, you know, if you open yourself up, if you open yourself up to it, it'll end up being something really good. But because it's not who you're expecting, there's this hesitancy. So it is definitely someone, could be a water sign. We'll see what comes out in the next part. But it's definitely someone that's quite, again, open for the connection. They're quite honest about the fact that they have feelings for you. They're in tune with their emotions. They are possibly even like a little bit of a romantic, have a romantic nature. And it definitely looks like, you know, you've manifested each other. Like, this is literally what you have brought in. So what you've been manifesting and trying to attract to you is being delivered. It's like justice is served. Here it is on a silver platter. But the only challenge is recognizing that it is, the connection is for you, because like I said, it's not the person that you're expecting, group 1. So you're going to have like open expectations, and not be too quick to close something off because it's not what you were hoping for. So don't be too fixed on how this manifestation shows up or who it shows up in the form of. Just be open to what comes your way, because there's a very fated element to it. Yeah, and it's exactly what you've been manifesting or like wishing, praying, hoping for. It's going to be very even, very balanced. It's going to be, there's a very, like a real spiritual connection here with her kind of, her crown's quite lit there. And I feel like Gemini and Libra could be significant in this group. But yeah, underneath the deck we have the Two of Fire here, which is planning, partnering, progress. So it definitely feels like the two of you will come together, and you'll be very much on the same page. You know, you both have a vision for the future. You have goals. You have a 5-year plan type thing. You're not afraid to look towards the future. This person's not afraid to look towards the future either. You know, neither of you are afraid of commitment. You're like a very even match, and you'll do a lot together. I feel like you'll be two people who really look ahead and try to set themselves up for a really good future. You might travel a lot together, or it's like all about kind of like building and progressing and things like that. But either way, I feel like you're a very good match for one another. All right, so I think the final part of this reading, yes, is the identifiable traits of this person. So we're going to get some of the zodiac cards out, some of the initials cards out, and some of the physical appearance and characteristics cards. Actually, for the signs, I think we'll just use the Astro deck, because they're a bit easier to pack away. So let's see what the main or the majority sun and or moon signs are of the person that group 1 will be connecting with in the future. This person that's coming through. Most common sun or moon signs, sun and or moon signs of group 1's person. Most common sun and or moon signs of the person group 1 will be in a relationship with next, please. Most common sun and or moon signs. So the first one out is Gemini, and that's literally just at the end there. I said Gemini and Libra could be very significant for this group. Can we see that? Yes, we can. Most common sun and or moon signs. We have Leo, we have Scorpio, and I think we'll go one more, so we'll get 4 for each group. What's the last? Most common, there we go. We have Pisces. That was on the bottom of the deck actually, so maybe I could have just done bottom deck. That's okay though. So most common signs of this person, either sun and or moon sign, we have Gemini, Leo, Scorpio and Pisces. I think I said water sign was the other possibility too, so that's interesting. Oh, I forgot about my tea. Let me just have a quick gulp. Oh, it's going to be too cold to drink soon. I fully just saw like if I describe that to you guys, it's going to sound very weird. But like as I had a sip and kind of like pull the cup down, and I could see like the shape of a mushroom in my tea. I know that sounds really weird, but I feel like that's meant to be said for some reason. So I don't know if for some reason there's a connection to mushrooms in this group, or maybe eating mushrooms. Like, I'm not talking like psychedelics, I'm talking like mushrooms may be good for you for some reason. Like there may be like a physical benefit or like a health benefit. I don't know. Take it if it resonates. I've never really looked up the spiritual meaning behind mushrooms or fungi or anything like that, but if there is a spiritual meaning, feel free to comment it for those that watch this group in the comment section below. Anyway, getting distracted. Let us get some initials. Sorry, I'm just leaning over to try to pick up this jar without causing a scene. All right. So if we get any double letters coming out here, it can be a sign that you and this person share the first initial of either your first or last names. If two of the same initials come out, it can also mean that they have a double initial, not necessarily the initial that came out, but it can just represent any double initial. So they might have a double L or a double S, or it can be that their first and last name starts with the same letter, or that letter repeatedly pops up throughout their name, not necessarily consecutively, but you know, anywhere throughout their name, it's like just keeps repeating. So initials for the person group 1 will be connecting with next. What are the main initials for this group, please? Okay, that's it. All right. So first we have L. We have Q. Oh, and if there's like random initials like Q and stuff, like ones that aren't necessarily very common, it can be that that appears anywhere in their name, and it's like a little sign for you. Even if it doesn't start with a Q, if there's like a Q somewhere else, it might be like a little sign. We have W. We have B. We have S. We have K. We have K again, so there's that double initial. So I go back if you need to hear what that could mean again. We have Y, and we have P. And lastly, we are going to get out traits and characteristics of the person group 1 will be connecting with next. What are the traits and characteristics of group 1's person that they are connecting with next? Most common. I don't like to get too many of these because it can start to get a bit mixed otherwise. So we like to just kind of keep it to a few to try to really narrow it down for you guys and not pick up on too many different collectives, because everyone's going to look so different, most likely. All right, so either for their gender, they're short, or they could be shorter than you. Either or. We have coffee, so either this person really likes coffee and they, you know, drink coffee every day. And that can be a sign that you could identify them by, or it's like their energy is almost like a cup of coffee. Like you kind of, when you're around them, you feel like uplifted, like you've got a lot more energy. It's like they have an infectious energy where they're like really upbeat, happy, on the go, and it kind of rubs off on you when you're around them, and you kind of get that. It's like you've just had a cup of coffee when you're around them. Receiving gifts is their love language. So this is someone who really appreciates little gifts here and there as a token of your love. So that could be something to note down, because that might be the way to their heart, is by giving them little gifts. This person is most likely an introvert. And because of that, it is possible that perhaps they put a little bit of a mask on when they're around others to try to like blend or fit in. But like, I feel like maybe they maybe come across as extroverted, but they're not. They're actually quite introverted. It looks like this person is quite spiritual, or they're quite aware of spirituality. They could be someone that meditates, but it's definitely someone who has like awoken, and they're on like a bit more of a spiritual path, or they're a bit more open to spirituality. We have mature, so the way they look and dress and carry themselves is quite mature. We have the outside the box card, so either something that they do with their life or in their life is something very different or something very unique, or their way of thinking, maybe their sense of humor, something about them is really outside the box, like really different. And we have skin. This person has a really, really, really nice skin. So whatever that looks like to you personally. So, you know, for some people that might be just like flawless, no imperfections. For other people that might be like a gorgeous tan. For other people that might be, you know, really soft, supple skin. You know, whatever your ideal skin type is on a person, like to you, their skin is just amazing. Excuse me. It may even kind of like, I feel like something about them, when you see them, it's almost like it kind of like takes your breath away, or like you have no words sometimes. Like you're just like, oh my God, they're so perfect. Like in your eyes, they're just so perfect. I can see Sky here. I don't know if anyone will be connecting with someone called Sky. But I think that's it for me. I think we have now finished part 1 of this reading. So in the extended, if you're interested, we are going to ask Spirit how you can welcome this in, or maybe even bring it in a little bit quicker. We're going to ask what might delay or prolong it. So, you know, if you don't want to do that, you can avoid doing these things. We're going to ask what the divine would like to share with you about this person. We're going to look at the most likely outcome, or the most likely future of the connection, to kind of see where it goes, how long it lasts, that type of thing. And then we're also going to find out what signs Spirit is going to send you when they're close. So what things you might start to see or notice in your reality when this connection's about to come in. And we're then going to finish off with a channeled song for your connection. So it'll be like, you know when couples get together and they have like their song, or, you know, oh, this is our song, or like this song played on the first night we met, or things like that. So we're going to give your relationship a song, just for fun. So there's heaps to get through in there as well, on top of this juicy 40 minutes I've just delivered you now. So if you're interested in that, the link to the extended reading is in the description box below. Just go down there and click it and you can rent it. But even if you don't come and join me over there, thank you so much for being here and supporting me on YouTube and watching this part here. If you could help me out with a like, or even commenting or sharing the video with your friends if you found it really enjoyable or really accurate, or even just subscribing to the channel. Anything you can do can help the channel grow, and I'd be so appreciative. But until next time, guys, stay safe, and I look forward to connecting with you again soon. Bye. Hi Group 2, welcome to your reading. It's lovely to be here with you guys, where we are going to be diving into your next relationship. So if you're drawn to Group 2, you were drawn to this image here of these two people. And on the back, there might be a little bit of a hint or a little bit of a message about who this person might be. First of all, if you're resonating with the frequency in the background, it's linked in the description box below. But let's turn this card over and see what your message is about your next relationship. Oh, so it looks like you guys could be coming into union with your twin flame for your next relationships. So it says here, your passion ignites. So if you believe in twin flames, if that resonates with you, then that's a pretty good indication that this is going to be you coming into union with your twin flame. Or if you don't necessarily believe in twin flames, this would just indicate that it's a very, very strong connection, someone who you probably have united with in many different lifetimes and in many different forms. It can be a little bit of a journey coming into union with your twin flame, not for everybody, but for some people. It can definitely be quite a journey, but depending on where you guys are at, we'll have a look and see as much as we can about this union or this time around for some of you, because sometimes twin flames have this runner-chaser type story where one person's ready, one person's not, and that can fluctuate between both roles until eventually both parties do the work and evolve past their karma and things like that. And that's usually when the relationship can actually settle properly and have a healthy dynamic. So in this part, we're going to be talking about your current energy to kind of confirm that this is your reading. We're also going to look at your person's current energy, just because we're nosy, I guess. We're also going to look at your energy / your circumstances when you two start connecting next, or for the first time, depending on if you've connected before or not. We're also going to look at their energy and circumstances when you first connect or when you next connect. We're also going to ask Spirit straight up if you know them already, if you've already connected or not. We're going to find out what brings you together or how you start connecting. And we're going to look at the identifiable traits of this person. So things like zodiac signs, initials, personality traits, and even physical appearance traits that you can recognize this person by. So we are going to cover all of that in this part, and then as well, if you're interested in an extended reading, we're going to ask Spirit, how can you welcome it in? We're also going to ask what might delay or prolong it or interrupt the union so that you know what to avoid. We're going to ask what the divine would like you to know about this person specifically, so divine truths about them, things that you really need to know. We're going to look at what the most likely outcome or the most likely future of your connection will be. So like when you connect, is it like a forever thing? Is it like maybe you're going to end again, or you're going to end and then come back together later, or something like that? We're going to find out what the most likely outcome is. We're also going to get the signs that Spirit will be sending you when this person's about to come into your life, or when you're about to start connecting. Or if you're kind of already connecting, you know, it's about when the next shift will be. So we're going to look for signs. And then we're going to finish off with a channeled song for your connection. So like your relationship song. We're going to give you a song. So that's all going to be in the extended. So there's heaps to get through in both this part and that part. So we're going to now stop rambling and get into it. So the first thing we're going to look at is your current energy, to make sure that you've got the right pile. And then we're going to look at your person's current energy as well. So group 2, please, Spirit. What's group 2's current energy? Okay. We have got number 9, the Rose's Kiss, for your current energy. So it's definitely giving me a very feminine energy. It's giving me quite divine feminine energy, actually, if I'm being completely honest. Ladybugs can be a sign of like good luck or good fortune that comes from like a good alignment. So something lucky or fortunate might be happening for you soon. And it's just sort of making me feel like you have got yourself into quite a good alignment, or you've cleared out a lot of stuff maybe, and you're now attracting like good luck and blessings, and like really good things are coming your way. because of the feminine nature of the card, and then because of like the flower that we have here, this rose, it's also giving me like sensual vibes, sensuality vibes. So I almost feel like you're really embracing your feminine energy. So whether you're masculine or feminine, I feel like you're really embracing your feminine energy, but also like you're really tuning in or really accepting your more sensual side, and sort of, how would I describe this? It's not just like intimacy and like sensuality as in like the physical form. It's like you're in an energy where it's really important to you to have all your senses experiencing pleasure. So I don't know, like you're enjoying good food, you're enjoying good smells, you're enjoying things to like look a certain way. Like it's making me think that maybe you're, I don't know, like completely cleaning up your house and say like reorganizing your space, you know, burning candles, scents, bringing fresh flowers or bringing plants into your house. It's almost like you're in a bit of like a nesting phase where it's like you're making your surroundings really pleasing on your senses. So, you know, making your surroundings smell good, look good, feel good, and then also like indulging in things that taste good, things that, I don't know, things that please you sensually on all levels. So it feels like you're really kind of, I don't know, you're just pleasing yourself in a lot of ways. It could also be an energy where you are feeling quite passionate and sensual. Perhaps you're also pleasing yourself in those ways as well. And maybe before, maybe this is like a this sort of passion or this sensuality that you feel increasing at the moment. Maybe it is in anticipation of what's to come. So, you know, this may be something that's coming quite soon. We have a flower on this card as well, so it's kind of like a bit of a synchronicity there. So maybe this kind of fire that's kind of rising up in you is, like I said, in anticipation of what's to come. So that's your current energy. Now we'll get this person. So the person that group 2 is going to be in a relationship with next, what is their current energy, please? What is their current energy? What is group 2's future partner's current energy, please, Spirit? Okay, so they have number 47, which breaks down to an 11, a master number. So I don't know if 11 is significant for them or for you in any way. Sacred reverence. This makes me feel like this person is, it's almost like they're coming home to self. They're starting to appreciate themselves a little bit more. They're starting to bring maybe some light to their dark spaces. It feels like they're trying to nurture themselves and care for themselves a little bit better, as well as the earth in general. Maybe care for the earth a little bit more. Maybe they're awakening to that sort of interconnectedness between us and the earth. And they're kind of trying to make the world a better place in some way, or they're wishing for the world to be a better place, trying to heal the world, heal themselves, understanding that healing self is a key to healing the world as well. So it feels like this person's currently, they could be in a little bit of darkness, but they're starting to bring light to that darkness. And I get this vibe that they're kind of awakening to the bigger picture, for one, and then starting to kind of like look after themselves maybe a bit more and treat themselves, you know, as, or a bit more sacredly than they have. yeah, that's really all I'm getting from that card. So I definitely feel like there's this, they're like connecting to their light. And I think trying to take better care of themselves for some reason. So that's their current energy. The next thing we're going to ask is your energy / circumstances when you guys start to connect next. I'm just going to say next because for some people it might be for the first time, for some people it might be for the second, third, fourth, fifth, seventh, 24th time. So we're just going to say next. All right, so what is group 2's energy / circumstances when they start connecting with this person next? Oh, we have our first synchronicity. So we have an 11 here and this reduces to 11 over here. So cornucopia, it definitely looks like you're really, you have a lot of abundance around you. It feels as though you've been putting in work for a really long time, and this connection comes in when you're starting to really enjoy the fruits of your labor, the fruits of your hard work. So all the effort that you've been putting in, you're starting to see some really good results. You're starting to see or even like taste a lot of sweetness in your life. And oh my God, remember what I said about like food and things that are pleasing on the senses? Look at all of that like fresh fruit that's at the bottom of that card. And then all that sort of gold and so maybe you're not far from this place. Maybe you do have a windfall of abundance about to come your way, group 2. It feels as though it's almost like we have like one rose blooming, and then here we just have all of this beaming light. So it's almost like the gold starting to come, and then here it's in full beam. So it feels like you're close to this, you're on the way to this right now. And it feels like it's going to, like you're going to reach this quite soon. So I feel like you're about to have, like I said, a windfall of abundance come your way. And if you've been working really hard on something, it's about to pay off. So I do see some sort of like really positive transformation. And I feel like, you know, you're just going to be beaming over it. Underneath the deck, because we're going to get you 2 each, we have a number 2, so that's 1 1, which equals 2. Journey in reverse. So yeah, you're in between these places right now. I almost feel like I want to put that there and that there. So you're definitely on the way to this. And so right now, I feel like right now you're working very hard on something, and oh my God, I forgot that I said that before. The ladybug is a sign of like good luck and good fortune, and like really good things about to come your way. So this is it coming. So right now you're waiting for all of that, and it's about to come in. So just like whatever you've been working on, it feels like it could be something of your own creation for some people, doesn't have to be. But wherever you've been really investing your time, your effort, your hard work, it feels like it's been stagnant, but it's about to pay off. So just keep, don't change anything you're doing. Don't divert from this path now. Just keep doing what you're doing. It's all about to pay off for you. And then that's when the connection pays off as well. So we go 9 and 2 equals 11, and then 11 again. 9 and 2 equals 11. So we have 11, 11, 11. So you guys, even though we're going to talk about signs that this is coming in the next part, in the extended, I will say right now that I feel like you guys will be seeing a lot of ones, or like 11, 11, or 1, 1, 1, or even more ones, you know, when this is about to come in. And what will their person's energy and circumstances be when they start connecting with group 1? What will their persons? We have number 15, appreciation. Yeah, so they're learning to love and appreciate themselves. That's what I just said about this card. It's like they're starting to take better care of themselves, appreciate themselves and the connection to the earth a lot more, appreciate the earth a lot more as well, because of that interconnectedness. And it just feels like they're really learning to appreciate themselves and appreciate life in new levels. We have deceit in reverse on the bottom. So it does feel like maybe in the upright, I would be worried. In the reverse, it feels like instead of expecting the worst, they're learning to appreciate, you know, what they do have, or, you know, instead of, it just feels like they're overcoming. If this person, if you already know them, or if when you meet them you find out they've got a bit of a shady past or something, from what I can see here, this looks like someone who potentially was very wounded and didn't know how to love themselves, but learning how to love themselves has helped them overcome their deceptive ways, or it's helped them overcome certain, you know, behaviors or traits that were less desirable. We even have the angel of strength underneath that. So it's kind of like they're coming into their strength and into their full power, bringing balance, taming the beast, so to speak. So yeah, again, like it's similar, like you guys are almost there now. You're kind of working towards that. And this is where they're working towards right now as well. They're learning to appreciate themselves more, appreciate everything that they have around them, appreciate nature, appreciate life in general a lot more, and really overcome any sort of deceptive ways or manipulative ways of the past. So we're going to ask now if you know this person or not yet. So if the card comes out in the upright, it's a yes. If the card comes out in the reverse, it's a no. And then if it comes out horizontally, it means that it's about 50-50. And then the last group didn't comply with any of those options. The last group gave me two cards, one face up, one face down. Sorry, one in the upright and one in reverse, and it was a slightly different meaning. So we'll see what we get as we shuffle. And you guys know me by now, surely. I read very intuitively anyway, so I just go with what I'm given. All right, Spirit, does group 2 know this person yet, or do they not? Does group 2 know this person yet? Does group 2 know this person that they're going to be in a relationship with next? Yes, you do. And 2 of emotions, that definitely confirms that this is a very, very powerful, strong connection. It's both spiritual and emotional and physical and intimate. It's like everything that you could want, and it's very strong. I feel like it's very deep, and I do get that, especially with these 2 together. I definitely sense that you guys have had many, many lifetimes together, and kind of, you know, it's almost like you try to find each other in every single one of them. Oh, that's really cute, guys. My heart. Oh, just knocked something off the table. My bad. Okay, we're going a bit crooked, aren't we? Let's fix this a little bit. All right, so we're going to pop this card over here, out the way a little bit. Okay. Oh, geez, in front of me, that looks terrible on the camera. Hold up. If there's one thing I hate, it's watching these back during editing and being like, oh my God, look how crooked that is. it just hurts my brain. I like things to look a certain way. All right, so where are we up to now? Oh yes, we're going to find out what brings you together, or how you start connecting, or how you come into contact, or what have you. So I think it was this deck that I used for that. Excuse me. Was it this deck that I used? I think it was. Alright, so group 2 and this person that they will be in a relationship with next. I feel like these are big energies, like powerful energies. I just felt like I needed to just like do a big exhale. But anyways, okay. How does this person begin connecting with group 2? What brings them together? How do they start communicating, connecting? Talk to me, Spirit. How does group 2 start connecting with this person? Okay, Page of Water. So something tells me that either this person, one of you reach out to the other. It doesn't necessarily feel like you guys just bump into each other. It feels like someone reaches out, and the Page of Water can sometimes be known as like an apology, like a heartfelt apology. Or it can be just like a light-hearted, playful message. And I do feel like it might be this person, because I kind of feel like this is you. Like any person wouldn't really be expecting a fish to come out of a cup. So it could be a little bit of a surprise when this person just sort of pops up. And it might be in a funny way, or they might say something that makes you laugh. Maybe not straight away, but like once the conversation's open and flowing. How does group 2 and this person start connecting? What brings them together? We have the Lovers, so number 6 there. So this is definitely the divine. It feels like whoever the one is reaching out, it feels like they felt guided to do it almost. It's kind of like, as you can see here, there's like an angel or like the universe kind of bringing these two people together. So it's kind of like telling me the universe or spirit or the guides of either you or this person have like pushed or influenced the person to reach out. So, it could be either of you, but for most of you, I'm picking up that it's this person that reaches out. And if it's, so let's just say it's them, then it's because they felt like they had to. It's almost like they had this urge or this unexplainable knowing that they had to do that. And that was because it was the universe or their guides or angels like pushing them to do so. How does group 1 and this person come together? How do they start connecting next? So we have number 9, the Hermit, introspection, self-discovery, and mentorship. It feels like this is them kind of coming out of hermit mode and approaching you. It's like like I said, they've kind of, as you can see in this card, these are almost a little bit similar in the sense, it's like there's a lot of darkness around them, but their inner light that they're connecting to is like starting to lighten up their surroundings and maybe improve their perception, or improve their vision, improve their mindset, improve their outlook on life. So it definitely feels like this person has been working on themselves, and they kind of come in because the more they connect to themselves, it may be they're kind of like, the more they're led back to you, it feels like. The Eight of Earth came out as well, but I felt like it was just the Hermit, so I'll reshuffle. It'll come back out if it was meant to, but how does group 1 and this person begin connecting next? We have the Queen of Fire. So there's that passionate, sort of sensual attraction type energy that's there. So that kind of tells me that perhaps one of the things kind of that's pulling the two of you together is that attraction or that passion. It almost feels a little bit magnetic, and it's because the universe is conspiring and the universe has a hand in this. So it feels like you're both kind of being led to each other, but it feels like one of you is kind of more stationary and receptive, and one of you is like, I need to take action, I need to go for this, I need to reach out. So one of you is like, probably, no, I'm not going to reach out again. Like, I've given that person chances before, because it does seem like you already know this person, and that would kind of make sense as to why you are more like stationary and like, no, I'm not going to be the one to reach out. They need to show me that they can change, or they need to show me that they've grown, or whatever the case might be for you guys. And that seems like it's kind of what is happening, is that introspection has happened, that inner work has happened as well, and it's kind of leading them back to you, or it's leading you back to them, regardless of who's on either side of this scenario. That's what I'm getting. But the attraction and the passion and the excitement is a big part of the pull, definitely. So we might get one more and then a bottom deck energy for how group 2 and this person start connecting next. How does group 2 and this person start connecting next? One more and a bottom deck, please. Okay, so we've got 2. We have the Two of Earth, balance, prioritization, and playfulness. And we have the Eight of Air, self-doubt, confusion, and free will. Yeah, so whoever is the one to reach out, mostly I pick up is the other person. It feels like when they have found that perfect balance and they feel like they've got, like a healthy balance in their life, they feel like they are balanced within, and then that their circumstances are balanced as well. That's what kind of helps them break out of the self-doubt, and helps them, because it feels like they're a little bit scared to reach out. But then when they're in that right energy and when they're in that right balance, it helps them to kind of break free of that mental prison, and it helps them kind of just take a risk and go for it. Because they may be a little bit nervous as to how you're going to receive them, or if you're the one reaching out, maybe you're a bit nervous as to how you're going to be received. Maybe you're worried that they're going to block you or reject you, or they might be worried about that. But at that right time, when that balance is just right, you or they definitely kind of just choose to be like, oh well, stuff it, I'm going to go for it anyway. And then underneath the deck is the Three of Fire, goals, expansion, vision. So that's where I think things start to expand and you start to set goals, you know, together as a partnership. Okay, so I think that's all of the tarot cards that we need on the table now. Yeah, so now we're going into identifiable traits. So we're going to try and figure out as much as we can about this person to figure out who they are. So we're going to start with the astrology cards. Oopsie daisies. Why do I feel like for you guys I have missed something? We did your energy, their energy. We did the energy and circumstances when you connect. We did their energy and circumstances when you connect. We did do you know them already? And we did identifiable trait. No, we're doing identifiable traits now. Okay, maybe we're just moving quickly or something. All right, so these are going to be like the most common coming up in the group. And we're specifically looking at sun and moon signs. I have done a little bit of research. The ascendant sign changes every 2 hours. Therefore, sun and moon signs we're going to go for because they will be much more accurate. So what are the most common sun and or moon signs of group 2's person? So we have Saturn coming out first. Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn. So the first sign on the table is Capricorn. What are the most common sun and or moon signs for group 2's person? We have the 12th house, which is Pisces energy. What are the most common sun and or moon signs of group 2's person that they'll be connecting with next? We have Aries on the table, first house. And we'll get one more. We're getting 4 for every group. And we have the 8th house, which is Scorpio energy. So Capricorn, Pisces, Aries, and Scorpio. Now we're going to grab initials. So I haven't used these for a while, so just to recap while I mix them around. If we get a double initial, so if we get 2 of the same letter, that can be a representation of, you know, your person having a double initial. It doesn't necessarily have to be the initial that's on the table, but, you know, if they have like a double L or like a double S or a double R or something, it can be that. It can be a representation of them having the first and last name starting with the same letter. It doesn't have to be the letter on the table. It can just mean that their first and last name start with the same letter. Or it could be that you and them share the same initial for your first or last name. And the other meaning of repeating initials could mean that that is a letter that shows up a lot throughout their name. It doesn't have to be consecutively, but it could be, you know, the letter that comes up in their name the most. And then finally, if we get a rare initial, like something that's not many names would start with that letter, it could just mean that that letter is somewhere else in their name, not as their first initial. Okay, so let's see. What are the most common initials of the person that group 2 is going to be in a relationship with next? What are the most common initials? First and last name. Okay, I feel like you guys got quite a bit more than the last group, but that's okay. It might just be a few more of you watching this pile, but let's see. Oops. All right, you've got a T to start off with, a G, P, We've got R. We have G again, so we have a double initial. So if you need to rewind and remember what that could mean, then feel free to do so. We have the letter I. We have the letter J. We have the letter E. We have S. We have S again. I can see Jess, Tess. We have A. We have K. We have O. We have L. And we have A. So we have 3 lots of double initials. So it's possible that, you know, those double initials are a big emphasis in this group. All right, so now we're going to look at the possible physical appearance traits and other recognizable characteristics or traits about this person that can help you recognize them. So for group 2, how can they recognize this person that they are going to be in a relationship with next? Group 2, how can group 2 recognize this person? How can group 2 recognize this person? Oh my gosh, that was an eruption. Oh, that's never happened. Sorry, group 2. Usually I don't do this. Oh gosh, okay, I have to go and grab those. So just hang on a second while I put the mic down. Sorry about that, group 2. That was a bit of an explosion there. So maybe that's kind of representing that attraction, because we're talking about like physical appearance, and then we just had this big So I feel like you and this person, probably both of you, otherwise one of you, very, very physically attracted to the other person. Okay, so we have the chest. So the chest on this person, maybe one of the favourite things about them is their chest. It's very possible that this person is a brunette. It's possible that this person wears glasses or contacts, and that can include sunglasses. So there might just be someone that wears sunglasses a lot, or it could be prescription glasses or contacts. We do have the mask, so this could definitely represent maybe in the past that this person's worn a mask, because we do have that they are overcoming some sort of like deception or deceptive ways, I should say. Or it could be that they're kind of like hiding something. We'll see what else comes out in the yellow cards before we kind of clarify what that is, because sometimes we get the answer in the card. Oh, okay. Considering like this is the one that I opened next, it feels like what they're hiding is potentially like how much they actually admire you or feel for you. It feels as though this person's actually probably quite romantic at heart, but it feels like they hide it or they mask it, and they don't really reveal that side to themselves very much, maybe. Or maybe they haven't in the past, but they're going to reveal that this time around. Or maybe as they're getting to know themselves, they're actually realizing, hey, I actually am kind of romantic. I actually kind of can be a bit of a romantic person. We have brown eyes, so it's very likely that this person is a brunette with brown eyes. We have colourful. So when I wrote this card, I had a few different things in mind. So colourful is kind of like an energy to me. If someone has a colourful energy, you know, they're fun to be around. There's never a dull moment. They're definitely not boring. They can make you know, boring situations fun. They can bring colour to a black and white image, you know, like a very colourful person who's just a ball of fun, really. Or it can be a sign that they wear a lot of colourful clothing, or they like colour. But I'm feeling more like the energy for this group. All right, we do have the snake here. The snake can represent someone who has a deceptive side to them, or who has been a little bit of a snake at some stage. But again, with everything that we've got on the table here, there's nothing to say that this person's still in that energy. It actually looks like they were in that energy because they were lacking in self-love and self-worth. And the more that they cultivate that from within them, the more they overcome those more deceptive or snakish behaviours. We do have the brain, so this person is quite intelligent, but they also could be someone who's very in their head a lot and very much an overthinker. Even if they don't seem like it, they could seem cool, calm and collected, but they definitely are very analytical, very observant, very intelligent. We have the star here. So this person could be in the spotlight for some reason. They could be well known in what they do, or they could have like a social media following, or they could be a star, like a celebrity, a star, someone recognizable by the public. I think that's all from that one. I was wondering if there's something else. We also have short hair. So whether female or male, this person has short hair for their gender, I guess. So those are the identifiable traits of this person. So that's the end of our reading today, group 2. However, there is more. So if you're resonating with this and really enjoying it and you want to continue the fun, you can join me in the extended reading. So the link to that is in the description box below, where you can rent it, and join me over on Moments for the extended reading, where we're going to look at how you can welcome this connection in, what might delay it or prolong it or interrupt it. We're also going to look at what the divine would like you to know about this person. So that'll definitely tell us if there's anything to be concerned about with the mask and the snake here, or if that's sort of, you know, all the way in the past. We're going to find out what the most likely outcome is of you two coming together this time round, whether it's the first time or for the umpteenth time. We're going to find out the most likely outcome this time. I'm going to have a look at what signs Spirit's going to be sending you, so the things that you're going to be noticing in your life. Signs and synchronicities, basically, that this is about to come in, so things that you can look for as a sign that it's about to come. And we're also going to get a channeled song for your connection. So we're going to use the Spotify playlist that I go to sometimes, which is not of my own creation, so it's not biased. And we're going to give you guys a bit of a song that can either give you extra messages or extra information about your connection, or perhaps you guys already have a song and maybe that's going to come out. Who knows? But we can have a look and see what song is for your connection. So if I see you over there, that's amazing, group 2. But even if I don't, thank you so much for coming over here onto YouTube and supporting this channel. I really appreciate you being here and watching this almost 40-minute video so far. So stay safe, guys, and I look forward to connecting with you again soon. But until then, bye. Hi group 3, welcome to your reading, where we're going to be taking a look at your next relationship. If you're here with group 3, you've been drawn to this image here. And we'll take a look at the back, which might tell us a little something about this connection. So yours says friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship and your love life will dramatically improve. So it almost seems like a little bit of advice for you, or it could be a message that maybe you guys are already friends, or you start out as friends and then it grows into something more than that. But it seems like the bonds of friendship between you and this person are very crucial to your story in some way. So we'll leave this card over here. Now in this section, we are going to be looking at your current energy, just to kind of confirm that this reading's for you. Make sure that this is the energy that you're in at the moment. We're going to look at your person's current energy, just for fun, I guess. We're going to look at your energy and your circumstances when you guys start to connect. And we're also going to look at their energy and circumstances when you guys connect. We're going to ask Spirit straight up if you already know this person or not. We're going to ask you what brings you together or how you begin connecting. And we're going to finish off with the identifiable traits of this person. So we're going to get the main zodiacs of this group. We're going to get the main initials of this group, and we're going to get physical traits and characteristics of this person. So we have a lot to cover in this section, and then if that's not enough and you still want more, there's also an extended where we go into what you can do to welcome the connection in, what might delay, prolong or interrupt it in some way, so that you know what to avoid as well. We're going to find out what the divine would like you to know about this person in particular. We're going to ask what the most likely outcome of you guys connecting is, or like the most likely future for you guys, to see if it's sort of more long term, more short term, if we can get some kind of full look at the connection itself. We're going to get signs that Spirit is going to send you in real life when it's close to coming in, or when you're close to connecting with this person. And we're going to finish off with a channeled song for your connection. So that's all in the extended. If you are interested, that'll be linked below in the description box. But for now, let's get into this part, and we'll start off with your current energy. So this is for group 3. Group 3's next relationship reading. What is group 3's current energy, to validate that this is their group? What is group 3's current energy? What is group 3's current energy? Okay, so you guys have got the land between for your current energy. So that's the number 40 there. So this, it almost feels like there's like an in-between energy going on here, where you're not quite where you were, but you're not quite where you're going, if that makes sense. So I feel like right now, perhaps you are like in between decisions, or in between jobs, or in between lands, or something like that. I guess it's like, it's almost like a bit of a grey area, I suppose you could call it. Where, yeah, like you're not where you want to be, but you've still come far from where you were, if that makes sense. You're not quite there yet, but you're not stuck where you were. There's a bit of a grey area going on, and it's kind of like you're just having to kind of just accept things as they are in order to keep them moving. Being okay with where you're at, being okay with not being where you want to be, but being okay with the fact that you're making progress. That seems to be where you're currently at the moment. And given that this is a number 4, I feel like you're at a point where you have reached this acceptance, and you're quite secure with the fact that you're in between, if that makes sense. So yeah, I feel like it's almost like you're 1 foot out of an old life and 1 foot into a new life. That's actually probably the best way that I can describe that. And I wish that came to me way sooner, but that's okay. Anything else I'm getting there? that's it actually. We'll get a card for your person's current energy now as well. So we're going to pop you over there. Group 3's person's current energy, please. The person that they're going to be connecting with next, or in a relationship with next. Group 3's person, what's their current energy, please? Group 3's future relationships, current energy. Group 3's future partner's current energy, please. My arm's getting sore. Group 3's future partner's current energy, please. Thank you. Okay, so they have number 35, which is a tall tale. Now, first of all, a tall tale, especially when you've got Pinocchio, that old chap sitting on top of this hat, a tall tale could be someone that's telling a lie. They could be lying to themselves or lying to others. So this person is either lying to themselves or they're lying to other people. They're in a bit of a they're not being honest with themselves, or they're not being honest with people around them. It can also be a card of like the narrative one tells themselves, and like needing to rewrite that. So if this person kind of thinks badly of themselves, or they have low self-worth or low self-esteem, it feels like the story they tell themselves is not a very bright one. It's not a very happy one. And maybe the way that this manifests is that perhaps they're not a very honest person, or they're not a very upfront person, or they hide things, or they tell stories or things like that. So yeah, this person is in an energy where they're either lying to themselves or they're lying to others, or like needing to rewrite the story they tell themselves. So this person has some work to do, really. That's what we can gather from that so far. Let's look at the energy. I suppose you're kind of both in the energy of having work to do, because you're in like this in-between phase, so you're still progressing, and this person has some work to do on themselves. But the thing would be is that you are already progressing, and this person at this stage, it looks like they're kind of sitting in that energy and not doing much to change it, or not doing much to better themselves. So yeah, we're going to now have a look at what your energy and circumstances are when you and this person start connecting. So what is group 3's energy and circumstances when they start connecting with this person that they will be in a relationship with, or that they will have a relationship with? We have number 16, patience, and number 53, magician in the mirror. And straight away I noticed that these are mirroring numbers, 53 and 35. So your energy and circumstances, it feels like that makes sense actually. So you got the friendship card, and it's all about developing a friendship bond before it can grow into something more. And it feels like when you have the patience and the compassion to be able to be what this person needs as a friend and help them heal and kind of guide them in a sense, that's when this kind of comes in. So if you're not a very patient person, or you're not really interested in, you know, helping others, or kind of healing or helping or guiding other people, then that's definitely, you know, this is some time away, because this comes in when you're in an energy where you have a lot of time, you have a lot of patience, you have a lot of compassion, and you really, it's almost like you see a lot of yourself in this person, and that's why you're the one that's equipped to help them heal and to help them find themselves and rewrite these stories. Because perhaps you similarly in the past, maybe for different reasons, but maybe in the past you had a more negative story that you used to tell yourself, or maybe you used to be unkind to yourself in some way. Maybe you didn't feel worthy, but perhaps you turned your life around, and once you get to that really good energy, you become like a guiding light for this person. And I think that's why it's probably so important to stay friends, because perhaps when you do meet, this person's not in the most love and light energy. They probably can't give you a lot, but then being a friend and being a guiding force in their life is maybe what brings you closer and increases the emotions and the potential for the two of you. But yeah, it feels like you play a pivotal part in this person's healing journey, and you become somewhat of a healer and a guide on their own journey, and you really help them. You help them see themselves in a new light. What is Group 3's future partner's energy and circumstances when the two of them connect? Okay, so we've got number 22, yin yang. And we have 35, the first chakra in reverse. It feels like they crave peace, they desire balance, but they're very ungrounded and very, it's like they're almost like in survival mode, or they're just not, they're not very rooted in themselves, let alone rooted to the earth. So I think that's why you are such a guiding force for them, is that maybe you help them ground, and then you help them find that balance by looking into those root chakra wounds and maybe teaching them how to heal them, address them, and then being that kind of soft, patient, healing energy in their life, I think is what kind of ends up leading you to more. So I guess this is almost spirit warning you that when you do start to connect, if you're not already connecting, we'll find out soon, just try to be friends with this person. Don't try to rush into anything, because I feel like if you were to just straight away start connecting either intimately or like emotionally, I feel like this person would hurt you. Maybe even not intentionally, but it feels like part of your journey is to become friends and for you to help them heal, learn about themselves, discover themselves, and then that's what seems to play such a key role in bringing you guys into union. Or again, for some of you, like this could even just be a friend that's coming into your life. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It could be a friendship that's coming in, and you kind of help them in the same ways, but just not on such a romantic level. Okay, I'm just going to have a quick sip of my tea. So sorry if you just heard me slurp. Oh, I've been talking too much today. Okay, so where are we up to now? Yes, we're going to ask the juicy question. Do you know this person yet or not? I do feel like some of you may already be friends with this person, or this is going to be someone new, but we will find out. So if the card is upright, it's a yes, you know them. If it's in the reverse, it's a no, you don't know them. If it comes out horizontally, it's like 50-50. And there's also another couple of variations, but I won't talk about them unless I have to. So does Group 3 know the person that they're going to be in a relationship with next, or do they know this person that they're going to have a relationship with next. So we have the Hanged Man, number 12. So it's in the upright. So for the majority of this group, yes, you do know them, but things are not progressing or ascending or anything because of the fact that this person's not in the right energy. So yes, you do know them, but the growth is limited at the moment. The potential hasn't been reached. That new perspective hasn't been reached yet either. So, all right. This could also mean that if you are friends and you do know each other, that one or both of you don't see the other in that light just yet, but then once the healing happens, you'll have like a new outlook on the other person, or vice versa, or even like both of you. Okay, so we're going to ask, what is it that brings you together, or how do you start connecting? And that is, where's that deck? Yeah, right in front of my eyes. Okay, so how does group 3 and this person begin connecting? What brings them together? How do they start communicating? Talk to me. We have number 20, renewal. So it could definitely be like an old friend that you've lost touch with. Or it could be, like someone that you help on their process of like self-reflection, self-evaluation, and you guide them and encourage them in their rebirth process. And then we have 4 of water, distraction, self-absorption, and discontentment. So the reason you may meet is because one or both of you are a bit bored. And maybe you don't expect one another to play such a key role in each other's lives, or one of you don't expect the other to play such a key role in their life, but it kind of takes you by surprise, or takes them by surprise, and you end up really helping this person do a lot of self-reflection, self-evaluation, and really just kind of reconnect them to the light within, and really encourage a big, powerful rebirth process where they really evolve and ascend into a higher version of themselves. But it feels like you find each other because you're looking for distractions, or you're looking for something fun, or something to kind of entertain you, or it could even be for like selfish reasons. The way that you come together could be for someone's selfish reasons, but then it immediately there's like some sort of bond or like a friendship that it just like, there's just this immediate knowing that like, I feel like we need to be friends, or something like that. How does group 3 come together with this person in the future? How do they start connecting? Oops. Oh gosh, we got the High Priestess there. That's the only one of those that was actually meant to come out, but I kind of dropped a few extras there. High Priestess, intuition, wisdom, patience. Yeah, so I feel like maybe you have that inner knowing that you're going to need to be patient with this person, but your wisdom can really help them. And you may not know what exactly you feel about this person, but you feel like they're going to be important in your life. So it's kind of like you just trust that wisdom and you have patience. You kind of help them heal, help them grow. You use the wisdom that you have to help guide this person and help them find the balance that they require in their own life. Maybe you help them kind of bring light to their shadows, because you've been able to do that in the past yourself. it's almost like this person might have been, they might have found you because they were looking for fun, but then they've ended up with a life lesson. Or even a life coach. But yeah, how does group 3 and this person come together? We have number 4, the Emperor, organisation, leadership, structure. And 8 of air, self-doubt, confusion and free will. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the 6 of earth, charity, generosity, windfall. Yeah, definitely. So I definitely see you being really generous with this person and really helping them out. You give them a lot of your time and a lot of your energy, which is almost like what charity is. You don't expect anything in return. You just have this feeling that that's what you're meant to be doing. I feel like you help this person step into their divine being, whether that's a divine masculine or divine feminine. You help them find that divine being within them, and they can, like, they have all this potential that's been unfounded, and as soon as they realize that unlimited potential, it really, like, you play a key part in breaking them out of all their self-doubt, any of their limiting thinking or limiting beliefs, any harsh ways that they viewed themselves or felt about themselves kind of dissipates, and then it ends up becoming something where there's a give and take, becomes real balance, because when that person steps into that energy, they're all about giving back, and trying to give you what you've given them and bring balance to make sure that it's an equal give and take connection. Again, for some of you, this it may not develop beyond a friendship, but whatever it does become, it's mutual. So if it doesn't become more than a friendship, it's because that's what you want too. You don't want it to be more than a friendship, nor do they. But if it does become more than that, it's because you both want that. So it's depending on, I do feel like for some of you, this is a friend and it becomes a really important friend in your life, and then that's it. And then for others, I feel like it grows into something even more than that. And it feels like we've got someone that's more of like divine masculine energy, and then someone more of the divine feminine energy. I feel like if you, the viewer, are dealing with a divine masculine, I feel like you help them step into their like provider energy. And when, as the connection evolves, it feels like they want to really provide and protect what you have, whether it's friends or more than that. Yeah, it's like they really want to help you in any way that they can. I think we've got all even numbers down here: 24, 2, 4, 8, 6, and 12 too. I don't really know what my point was with that, to be honest. I feel like I had a point and then I lost it. I don't know, but even just makes me think that, like, it's consistent, steady progress, the way that this connection evolves, whether it becomes a friendship or more than that. It's just like really even, steady progress. You're not really left guessing or anything like that. It's just, yeah. Even though they're not in the best energy when you first meet, it still doesn't interrupt like the steady, consistent growth that you guys kind of partake in. I just want to point out, I'm seeing lots of 2s. We have 22 and then we go 2, 2. So 2s might be a number that reminds you of this person, or a number that you start to see a lot when you're going to connect with this person. But yeah, we're going to move into the identifiable traits now. So this is the last part of the reading, and we're going to find out the main zodiac signs, the main initials, and the main personality traits and physical traits of the person that is coming through for you. So we'll start with the astro cards and figure out the main sun and or moon signs of the person group 3 will be dealing with. Whom most of you already know in some way, but it seems like the bond between you is going to develop, or maybe you just know them on like the outskirts of your life, not really very intimately or very personally. But anyway, group 3's person that they're going to be connecting with next. What are the main sun and or moon signs of these people? We have Mars energy coming out first, so it could be an Aries or it could be even a Scorpio. Mars is also linked to Scorpio. I swear, when I film readings with an extended, by the time I get to group 3, my voice has just had it. Oh, I need to drink more water. What are the main, there we go, there's one. We've got Uranus, which is Aquarius. So Aquarius sun or Aquarius moon could be significant. What are the main sun and moon signs of the person that group 3 is dealing with? We have Scorpio again. And Gemini. So Scorpio, Aries, Aquarius, and Gemini. Alrighty, we're going to go to the initials now. So if we get any double initials, it can mean that your person has a double initial in their name, not necessarily the letter that comes out, but any double initial. It could also mean that you and this person share the same first initial, either for your first or last name. It could mean that that particular letter that came out shows up a lot in their name, not necessarily what's the word I'm looking for? Consecutively. Doesn't necessarily have to be consecutively, but it could be an indication that that particular letter appears a lot in their name. And if a rare initial comes out, something that's not normally very commonly found to be a first initial of a first or last name, then it could be, if it appears somewhere else in their name, it could be a sign of that person. All right, so what are the main initials, first and last name, of the person coming through for group 3? Oh, of course you had to go flip all the way over on the floor. All right, I'm going to stop there, and I'm going to have to go and grab those ones that fell. Might have even just been one. How annoying. Oh, I might be able to reach it from here. Perfect. All right, so let's get into our pile of initials, banging everything. All right, so we have the letter L. We have the letter G. We have the letter M. We have the letter H. We have D. We have a W. We have L again, so we have a double initial. We have R, Z, and T. So they are our initials. And the final part for this section is the identifiable traits and characteristics of this person. Group 3's person, what are their identifiable traits for Group 3's person? Okay, we'll get a few more. It's not much. Alrighty, so we have tattoos. So this person has either a tattoo or multiple tattoos, but to be fair, when I get the tattoo card, I feel like it's not just like one little tattoo here or there. Like it's like a significant tattoo or like a lot of tattoos. Or if it's one tattoo, it's like a really big one. So yeah, anyways. We have glam or groomed. So basically this person takes really good care of themselves in terms of their appearance. We have piercings. So this person could also have one or more piercings. Physical touch is a love language, so this could be someone who expresses themselves through physical touch. Yeah, empty cup. When they come in, this is definitely a person who needs, they need to be filling their own cup, definitely. I think that when they meet you, their cup's quite empty, but maybe they don't even really know it, and then that's, you know, you help teach them. We have long hair, so whether female or male, it's just long for that gender. This could be someone that you end up marrying, or this could be someone that is or was married, even if they're like separated or something. It could be someone that is or was married. You know, if it's someone that you already know and it's just a friend, then yeah, they could be married, or they could be, you know, separated, but not, the divorce is not finalized or something like that. If it's a male, this person likely has facial hair, or if it's a female, they likely get their lashes done like quite regularly. We have youthful, so either energetically or appearance, they look younger or they act younger than they are, or they just have like a youthful, vibrant, active energy. Something about them just makes them seem or look younger than they actually are. And we have by the book. So this is someone that has a certain way that they, you know, want to do things, and they really try to stick to that. They don't, they try not to, how would I describe this? Like, let's say they have like a life plan and it goes like, you know, A, B, C, D, and then they finish A and then there's an opportunity for D, but they haven't done B and C. No, they're not going to take D. It's A, B, C, D. So like it's someone that they don't, like they have a plan and they're going to stick to that. They're going to be very stubborn when it comes to sticking to that plan. So let's say like in the modern day world, some people are really like, you know, I want to have a house and 100 grand in the bank before I even look for love, or I want to have this project, you know, up and running before I even look for love. So if that's, you know, this person might be someone like that, like, oh, I want to have this much in the bank and I want to have this done and I want to have this done and I want to be my own boss before I even think about committing. Like, it could be something like that. But otherwise, yeah, like they have a certain plan and they really want to stick to it, or they have a certain way of doing things that they don't like to change, and they're quite set in their ways when it comes to that. So I believe that is all for this section, group 3. Yeah, it is. So in the extended, we're going to look at how you can welcome this in. We're going to look at what might delay or prolong the situation. We're going to look at what the divine would like you to know about this person. We're going to find out the most likely outcome if you guys do connect, or like the most likely kind of future for you guys. We're going to get the signs that Spirit will send you, or the synchronicities that Spirit will send you when this is close to coming in or close to shifting in some way. And we're going to get you a channeled song for your connection. So it's either going to have extra messages, extra info, or like it might be like their higher self sending you this song, or something like that. So that's what we're going to be checking out in the extended. The link to that is down below if you would like to go and rent it. It's in the description box. If this is where I leave you, don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know if it sounded like your reading. I would love to hear from you. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for future uploads. Thank you so much for watching and supporting me here on YouTube. Until next time, guys, stay safe, and I look forward to connecting with you soon. Bye.